What was your favorite thing? What is the one thing you love most about Ole Miss that you wish you could take home with you? That you wish this was a thing in your life?
Honestly, this is going to make it sound like there was so much that was really cool about it, and I don't want to make it sound like this is like I'm city planner or something, but I loved how walkable everything was. Like you can walk from the stadium to the town, you can walk anywhere in the town is like a 400-foot radius from itself. And a lot of the places we've been, the stadium will be like 3 miles away and you have to figure out how to get, but I really liked the walkability. It felt like a campus. It felt like, it felt like a college campus that the town was there to support in a way that I actually thought was pretty cool, because especially where I went to school, there was like a huge divide between the college and the town in a way that was not positive. And I think it's gotten better, but like it was very, very clear that like, oh, these are the college kids and this is the college, and then here is the town, and they are not integrated. And I think they've since been better about that, but I really liked how much of a sort of seamless, it wasn't clear where Ole Miss started and Oxford ended, or where Oxford began. And I liked that. I liked that a lot.
Yeah, that's a good one. Because like honestly, Ohio State's campus is probably as big as like the entire city of Oxford and the entire Ole Miss campus. Like it's yeah. So that is a good point, that like having because I used to my dorm at Ohio State was on the opposite side of the basketball arena, and I didn't have a car my freshman year. And if I couldn't get a ride from like Greg Oden or Mike Conley, who were like the good players, the freshmen weren't supposed. Freshmen weren't supposed to have cars, but like Greg and Mike somehow had cars. And weird how that worked out. I wonder what it was. Maybe there was a clerical error where they thought they were sophomores or something. So if I didn't get a ride with them, I would have to walk to practice, and it would take like 45 minutes to an hour to walk to practice, just on 2 points on campus. It would take forever to walk to campus. And yeah, you're exactly right. Like having a place where you could like walk would be absolutely money. For me, it was when we were at the bar at the library after our show on Friday night, and the place starts filling in, and then I forget what time it was, maybe 10 p.m. or something. They played Gary Glitter Rock and Roll Part 2. Which is otherwise known as the song where it goes, da-na-na, hey, da-na-na. It's that song. And the entire bar just lost its mind because as we very quickly found out, that is like the I don't know what, it's not the fight song, but it's like a song that I don't know how to explain it, because they played it every, it was like might have been the first song on Jock Jams. It's like a song that's played at stadiums all over the country. So I'm not pretending this was an Ole Miss thing, Charlotte. It was just it triggered all the fans to start doing their hottie toddy chant. And I tried to study it for as long as I could, and they did it at the game too. I never learned the words. Did you ever learn like the full words of
No.
Hell
no, I
yeah.
didn't. It for some reason it's like the most it is the coolest chant. I think that's the coolest chant I've heard. It's like hottie toddy, gosh almighty, hell yeah, and then you lost me.
Bingo bango, tingo tango.
Ringo,
who's your
Rango.
daddy?
Yeah. I don't know, but it was, and Ferris again, we should just have Ferris on the podcast.
We should just have Ferris explain this. Because he did some too, where he was like right before the show, he grabs the mic and he's like, I got one question, Ole Miss. Are you ready? And he kind of does that at every stop where he's like, is everyone ready? And then people are like, yeah. And he goes, are you ready? And they're like, hell yeah. Like in unison, hell yeah. Damn right. I remember that.
Yes.
Hottie toddy. We somebody.
Gosh almighty.
Where's the party? Bingo. Tingo.
Hottie toddy, gosh almighty, Eli Manning, who's his daddy?
And it just kept going. And frankly, it was a little long, like especially when they're playing the Hey song. They start, because the song has one word, it's hey. You literally say hey. They're
fitting the whole chant into that bar.
That's why we love the song, Charlotte. We all know the lyrics. You hear it one time, you're like, I know every word to that song. It's hey.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest, Mark. I didn't know that it had a name until you just said it.
Rock and Roll Part 2. Yeah.
No idea. I was just like, it's the Hey song.
Part 1 is not good, by the way. The rare occasion where the sequel is better than, I don't know. I just made it up. The sequel is better than that. But yeah, the appeal of the song is just the one word, and then they play the song, and then they go into this long chant. And then by the time they're done with the chant, it's ready to start the chant again. And I'm like, this is a little too much, but I love that anytime you can be at a bar and you play a song and like the whole place like this, I guess isn't an Ole Miss thing. This is kind of, it feels like every school seems to have their one song that's not their fight song that gets everybody going, but anyway, that was cool.
No,
the
Ole Miss cheer was, I'm with you. I loved it. It's the most, for some reason, it was the most satisfying thing to listen to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You were just like, oh, it was sort of like a nursery rhyme for adults.
The other reason I love the stuff happening too is we spend some time here, 3 or 4 days, and we get to a point where we feel like we get it. Like we're like around campus and talking to people, and like after 2 or 3 days of this, I'm like, I kind of get Ole Miss. Like I'm kind of an Ole Miss guy myself now. I go to the store, buy some gear and wear it, and I'm like, I kind of get this place. I understand it. And then you're at a bar and that song comes on and you're looking around like, what the hell is this? And it's like all the first couple of days we're there we're studying for the test, and then that song comes on at the bar and that's the test, and we're like, oh, that's right. I'm not an Ole Miss fan. I have no idea what's going on right now.
Oh, I actually didn't do any of the reading.
Yes, I did none of the reading. I failed the test. You guys enjoy whatever the hell this is. I'm going to stand over here and watch because this is what the hell is this?
It's so true. It's so true. You can get a sense of it. But then those moments happen and you're like, oh yes, I am out of my element. And that's sort of what's amazing about it. What's so fun, because you watch it happen, and sometimes like those things will happen and we'll look at each other and just be like, what? Like there's no words exchange. We're just like,
if I looked over and you knew what was going on, I'd be so pissed. I mean, how does Charlotte know what the hell? How do you know this song? And I don't,
No idea.
So we both, you kind of look at each other like, we're not supposed to know this. Okay, thank God.
We're both clueless, right?
This wasn't in the pamphlet they gave you. Yeah, it wasn't in my pamphlet. I didn't.
No one explained this to you either. All right.
Hey pals, thanks for watching the People's Sports Podcast YouTube channel. For more of mine and Mark's very weird rabbit holes, stick around, watch more. You can subscribe, smash that subscribe button. You know you want to. We're going to give you all the weird stuff we possibly can.